All right, here we go. We're recording. Everything's working as far as I can see. I've managed to just pause it. That's a great start. Saying it's working, immediately fucking it up. But yeah, we're going now. So, I guess this is time for the Safari Zone. There's always like 10 seconds or 15 seconds of like super glitchy footage for some reason before I can tell what the fuck's going on, so that's why I sort of waffle incoherently for a minute. The good news is I think I've permanently fixed the sound because I found out what was causing the problem after all this. Oh, it's shiny. So yeah, what it was is, although I had everything powered up and turned on, all the mic and equipment and stuff, I would like, when I plugged my earphones in, which have an inbuilt mic, it would change the like bloody defaults in the same way it changes this sound output to be the earphones, like you'd probably want it to. It changes the mic to the mic on the earphones, so it doesn't matter what I kept faffing with settings, but it wasn't really changing anything. But here's the thing, not only that, but on Soundtrap's side, if I opened Soundtrap after that, even after I changed it back, or perhaps like during, it would sometimes be set to like default mic or internal mic instead of the soundboard. So I had to make sure both were changed before I started recording. If it was afterwards, it was too late, but nightmare. So yeah, I'm now using the correct microphone, and I think it's going to not sound like shit. I'm also turned there's a volume slider on there that I think was causing some background noise to get picked up, like the volume was too high, so I've lowered like not the master volume, but like the volume setting on whatever, and that seems to fix it. When I export, it's still audible. And again, I'd rather it be too quiet than sound like shit. I'd rather people just have to hear headphones to listen to this, or good speakers, than like hear it just on tinny laptop speakers, but it sounds like crap. I don't know why I captured a seconded around. I've already got one, evidently. It might have been an accident. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe I just get one lot of 30 balls, or up to one in each sector. I think there's 4 sectors. Or, catch them all and pick one. I was kind of being indecisive about what the rule was going to be. Another Nidoran male, we've already got one. More Parasects. They keep busting loose. So yeah, the Safari Zone's weird because I don't understand why it's like. I guess they don't want you to hurt these like semi-wild Pokemon, but they want them to, I guess, like be in a state of nature, but they fight in nature is actually the idea. I guess it's harder so that people don't just clean the park out. I think in the manga they actually say it's a rule that you can't bring Pokemon in because someone caught too many or something like that, or whatever. I think that's like a whole thing. But it seems pretty dangerous. Like, there's probably Pokemon in there that would attack people. I guess that's more in the manga than the games, but whatever. But yeah, you can see I'm running out of Safari balls here. So I'm going to try and wound it, and yeah, fleas instead. But at least we don't waste any more balls that way. Okay, another sector. We want to get all the items that are lying around in one go, really. So it might not be worth like coming back for one item. Quick Claw's cool. Can save your life. You get to go first, use Fly or something, avoid an explosion. But also sometimes a good defense is a good offense, right? So like if you blast them with one move because you've been boosted, then you don't need to go first or whatever. I think it can help ones being switched in. It's good probably for the legendary dogs. Venomoth would be a cool Pokemon, although we already have Venonat. I really should have ironed out what I was going to do with evolutionary stages of different Pokemon. Here we go, more items. Steel wing. It's weird retroactively adding steel moves back into like Kanto. He's just gonna flee again. No, he's not. Okay. Might actually have a shot at catching him. He's mad. He's pissed. I never really understood like what the optimum amount, like maybe you have to like hit something like that with a 3 rocks first, but I don't know the statistics and the odds, like it doesn't really explain the mechanic. I guess you could just come in here as many times as you want, you know, in the base game, right? It's only an arbitrary thing, Nuzlocks. And yeah, like, is baiting them ever worth it if they're going to be uncatchable? It doesn't matter if they stay twice as long, but they're twice as uncatchable. I never really understood the point of that. There's probably a guide on it somewhere. And yeah, we got the HM. And I think we got the gold teeth too, right? So I'm thinking if we fish something up, it means that like we don't waste any of the steps that we only have a limited amount of. It's a Goldine. Now we already have a Seeking, so that's an unusual situation. Usually you have the lower evolution and it dies or something. But it is the first one we've caught in this quadrant, so... We're down to 9 balls anyway, so there's not going to be potentially many more Pokemon caught either way. At least we got more captures for the getting this X share or whatever. So there's like a little naming system with these goldfish. Although I found out they're not based on goldfish today, but I had 3 goldfish once I got from like a fair or some shit, or I think they actually were just bought for me from a pet shop because they weren't like sickly and traumatized like the fairground ones, but they were like there was 3 of them, and one was like mostly, yeah, I never caught one here because the Venomoths kept escaping. One was like mostly silver, and one was like half and half, and one was like mostly orange gold, you know. So I figured I'd, you know, what name could I give it? That was like silver, so I went like Gilver. You know, there was one that was halfway between, so I called that, wanted to call that gold and silver kind of thing. So I went with Gulliver, which is kind of like Gilver, you know, it's like gold and silver. I don't know. And then yeah, and then the gold one was obviously Goldie. Oh yeah, the silver one, mostly silver one, was Sylvester. So that was like the 3. So it was named by like how I just thought it was clever. It was not clever. It was pretty dumb, basic. But like I just thought that was a neat naming convention. But what was funny, what was sad, is the two that was sort of silver and mixed, right? Were they were the first to die, and so I was just left with Goldie. So people would come over my house and be like, "What's your goldfish's name?" And I'd be like, "Goldie," and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, nice one, mate. Imaginative. Whoa, like, you know, so creative." And my video has frozen. That's awkward. Okay, I think we're back. That was confusing. Yeah, I don't know why the video lags out here. But hopefully I tabbed out before and it came back. There was a thing with Soundtrap running out of space. I deleted some old files. Here we go, we're on the move again. Okay, maybe I hadn't fucked up. Maybe I just stopped to tab out in the original play and confused the hell out of things. It's probably fucked up the timing of all the speaking, but who cares? So yeah, we've done the Safari Zone. Let's go see what's happened. Let's go see what we got. So yeah, I released the duplicate Nidoran. I think it was even, yeah, because like, why did we catch him? That was an accident. And yeah, the box is starting to get pretty full for a Nuzlocke where you lose people and stuff. So I do have a kind of a clear out and a move around and actually retroactively make the rules stricter in a coming part, maybe this one, maybe a later one. So yeah, so I'm putting my Safari boys along the side, and we're cracking on for now. Joey can fly us anywhere. So really, basically what's happening here is I'm putting off doing Silphco because it's a big, long, boring slog. Lots of just trainer battles. We've already done talking about rockets and how they work and my opinions on them and stuff for quite a long ass time. Check on Ultraviolet. Not grown by as much as you'd like. That's frustrating. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going at this point. We've caught... I think I'm thinking there's only areas we haven't caught Pokemon other than the Safari Zone. And also I'm levelling up. I knew that those... when we took on that one karate guy, we realised the karate gym was kind of higher level than we currently were, so... Like, that's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing. So we haven't caught a Pokemon. I'm thinking of areas we can fish now. We've got the rods. So Viridian City itself has no grass. Everything has grass around it. It's different routes, so we can catch something here is the thinking. Super effective, but he's much lower level, so we're okay. Try just a Pokeball because he's so low level, and bam, we have a new guy. Yeah, so I do some sneaky evolving off screen because before I decided you probably shouldn't use guys in the same evolutionary line, I didn't want to come across, say, a Golduck when I wanted something else later, so it actually makes sense. There's some, when I do some off-screen grinding, I do some off-screen leveling too. Now it seemed here at the time that I can't catch anything new. In fact, I'm starting to wonder if the grass north of here actually counts as a separate area, and if we caught anything there. But if we catch something in the water, then we'll know. Because there's a bit of a, I wonder if there's a bit of grass that counts as pallet before you go up into Route 1, I guess it would be. Let's try again. Hey, something new. That's neat. Fixed damage move, probably won't kill it in one is my thinking. Annoyingly he has recover though, but this is going to put him even lower health if we hit him again, but I guess I opt for Confuse Ray instead in case I get a crit or something, probably. For some reason he doesn't want to go to sleep, and he gets a crit on us, which is worrying, so imagine losing one to catch a mediocre one would be annoying. We already have a good Psychic and good Water Pokemon, so I was going to hit him with Water to because he knew he wouldn't be too powerful against him, but then he's turned himself to normal. I'd get stabbed and he'd have no resistance, so I didn't want to risk it. But we got him. So yeah, this is a dumbass pun. I can't spell because he's like a star. Get it? Thinking about it, I could have done a joke about Celestial. Like Celeste would have been a cool name. They're one of the Pokemon that's agender like Ditto, right? So it's a nice, pretty stereotypically gendered name to use on an agendered Pokemon, but I guess you can go either way with something that's got no gender, right? I kind of like giving them gender neutral names though. So we still haven't got a Poliwell for the guy's Jinx. We can't surf yet, I don't think. I mean, we can use it probably in combat, but I don't know if we can surf around. See, there's a bit of water here that counts as Cerulean. So at this point, we're really scraping around trying to get pretty much the last team members we're realistically going to get outside of like Cinnabar, Seafoam, and maybe one on Victory Road or something. I'm thinking if we get some good ones as well, we could potentially lose the league once and try again. Realistically, we need surf to get to probably these last few areas. I'm trying to think where we haven't fished, where has access to water. A lot of places have water, but they're on the same route, you know. Whereas here counts as its own place. We already have a horsey. Can't remember where we got it. I think we got it on the last part. I think we might have fished it up. I thought we got someone else some fishing. Oh well. I'm also wondering if there's anywhere that a good rod would get a different guy. We already got you. Not interested. Might as well get some experience out of it. It's annoying that you can't sort of AFK fish on this one because you have to press A once it says it's got one on the hook on Fire Red. They made it a little bit more interactive, which is cool unless you're being lazy and speeding it up and stuff. Speeding it up actually makes it harder to press the button, ironically. See if good rod gets us anything different. Nope. Not even a nibble. Horsey again, just lower level and more easy to accidentally kill. Come on, give us something new. Hope I don't try this for too long. It's going to be super boring viewing. Okay. Ooh, newness. Confused Ray is good for this because they can't hurt themselves so much they die in one hit realistically. He's already unconfused and we're weaker now, that's annoying. Confuse him again while we attempt to put him to sleep. It's just going to keep hitting us, a little jerk. See if we can catch him, even though he's half asleep. Being stingy with the balls, but it works. We have a crab. What are we going to call him? Yeah, they have like an exoskeleton, you know. And referencing the K in his name instead of the C in his real name, in the crab's name. So I think we've fished everywhere we can fish. Except for areas we can also surf, you know. Checking we've got every scientist. So this is all Route 12. Definitely beat all these trainers. We definitely already got the item finder. Just trying to sweep off all the miscellaneous bits before we start self. We definitely beat him and him. Probably him. So we just have some trainers here. Oh, she has a shiny, that's neat. Good for her. I wonder what determines that, if that's just a ultraviolet thing or if that can happen in the base game. Be cool actually, I could come back and versus Seeker and see if it evolves. That regular one must feel so lame. So embarrassed. I've seen like little webcomics about that where someone's like caught 30 EVs and then gets a shiny and they're like, yeah, great. Clapping unenthusiastically. I've eaten too many chocolate biscuits, I'm kind of lethargic if you can tell. Eating too much generally. Being super lazy, I've got to be back at work tomorrow. I'm well enough again. I don't know if I mentioned before, but yeah, I don't have COVID, it was just a cold. I had to be the guinea pig to find out, I guess. Good old Benji, beat the rat. No Hyperfang for you today, motherfucker. Pursuit is a horrible move. It wasn't in the old Red and Blues. I get that it's like clever and varied, but it's kind of OP, especially for a Nuzlocke. It's quite mean-spirited. I feel like you should let people with treat, you know, it's being a good, being an honourable opponent. I'm worried he's going to focus energy and bite us, but he's asleep now. We can try out our Dream Eater and recover Kasparov to basically full health, so that worked out pretty well. Put him back up front, I guess, because the paralysis is too much for the doggo. Some Clefairies. The fairy type's not in this, so I guess he's still normal, right? That was a later gen thing. The only problem with Dream Eater is it needs Hypnosis to land, and that's quite hit and miss. I don't know why I use Nightshade when he's asleep, I'm an idiot. Pow. Of course, then he wakes up. If I'd gone 2 Nightshades, I'd have been right. Imagine if he pulled out a Psychic and killed me or something with that Metronome. I just don't trust Metronome. Freaks me out in a Nuzlocke. Come on, go to sleep, you fucker. Head desk. He's actually going to beat us with the bloody... he's released us from the whirlpool, so someone else can finish him off. It's now going to be really hard to hit. Yep. And he's tougher. Oh, what a pain in the arse. Maybe we'll hit him with this. Yes. But he's so well defended. Come on, finish him off with something. It's weird how they nerf Swift on this game. Oh, come on, man. I hate fights like this where they just drag on because of trolly bullshit. Die. Let's do a Metronome that hurts you, like takedown or something. Oh, there we go. We got him. No biting for you. And we're going to finish you off with a Quick Attack, I bet. Nice. So, I seem to remember... Yeah, boy. So we've just got trainers in that middle patch and basically the 2 roads that we can get to without surfing. But like I said, I do a lot of them off screen. Yeah, this is the lull in the middle of the game for sure. Let's see if we've got enough guys for this guy. 52, we got it. Who's the lowest? No one's really stupidly low, so that's cool. So we got the 2 bird guys, got those guys. Great. We've nearly pincered moved these trainers that we're attacking bit by bit. Yeah, so aerial ace they added because there's a real like dearth of whatever that fucking word is, of like flying moves that are half decent other than fly itself, and that's a 2-turn one, so it's kind of fiddly and annoying. So yeah, aerial ace is a nice little addition. It's kind of like the, I guess, the flamethrower or the bubble beam of its kind, you know? Razor leaf. Okay. Good old fixed damage. I figured he's not going to take 2 of them. I'm always worried knockoff would make us lose the item permanently, but it didn't. He's still holding one, so... Don't know why I'm flying away after a single battle. That's kind of crazy. What was I coming back here for? What was I thinking? Ah, I remembered another area. Yeah. Come on. I'm thinking good rod, super rod. Yeah, so this is the times where I did look at a guide because I didn't want to waste time if there's something with no new Pokemon, and I fished there for like an hour of recorded footage. I wanted to have the thing is I don't mind doing grinding off screen, but I wanted to have any captures of team members on screen. So there's the dilemma. Already got a fish. Already had one of them. This is where I decide to just grab one of these guys. But you can only have one. That's kind of the rule. Some people are strict and say you can only have, you can't get the EV as well, you can't fish as well. Depends on how you count event Pokemon as a thing or not. What are we going to have? Come on, just pick. It's pretty obvious what we're going to go for. I was thinking about getting more for Porygon, but never going to catch them all anyway, so Porygon being exclusive to here doesn't really matter. That'd be interesting to see if you could catch all 151 by only catching one in each area. I don't think that's possible. There's not 151 areas, basically. Even though some of them are evolutions, some of them aren't. I think it's time to take on Saffron. I'm just dawdling by going for those trainers in those routes. I'm realising it's boring and I can do it separately, but yeah, time to do it.